I'm not ashamed to own my Lord, nor to defend his cause. Maintain the honors of his word, the glory of his cross.
Hello, I'm James Brown, and on behalf of the Eastern Church of Christ located in Toronto, Canada, I'd like to welcome you to Friday's edition of Walking Through the Bible, a podcast where we seek to study the Bible and the Bible alone. Please stick around afterwards for information on how you can contact us. But for now, if you have a Bible with you, please turn to the book of Genesis, and we'll turn you over to Jeremy Dissekam for our study of the day.
Thank you, James, and welcome to all of our viewers. This is the 46th lesson in our study of Genesis. Yesterday we covered Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 to 9, discussing the call of Abraham by God. If you missed that episode and would like to watch it, you can find it and all of our other podcasts on our website at www.eastendchurch.org. You can also find them on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/eastendchurchofchrist under the Walking Through the Bible Genesis playlist. Today we're going to begin with Genesis chapter 12, verse 10 and read through verse 20. The text that you'll see on the screen is from the English Standard Version, but you're welcome to follow along with any version that you have. So let's now read Genesis 12, beginning at verse 10. Now there was a famine in the land, so Abram went down to Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was severe in the land. When he was about to enter Egypt, he said to Sarai his wife, I know that you are a woman, beautiful in appearance, and that when the Egyptians see you, they will say, this is his wife. Then they will kill me, but they will let you live. Say you are my sister, that it may go well with me because of you, and that my life may be spared for your sake. When Abram entered Egypt, the Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful. And when the princes of Pharaoh saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And for her sake he dealt well with Abram. And he had sheep, oxen, male donkeys, male servants, female donkeys, and camels. But the Lord afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. So Pharaoh called Abram and said, what is this that you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister, so that I took her for my wife? Now then, here is your wife. Take her and go. And Pharaoh gave men orders concerning him, and they sent him away with his wife and all that he had. At the end of yesterday's episode, we have Abram traveling through the southern regions of Canaan, the land God told him his descendants would someday possess. However, a great famine fell over the land, and seemingly without asking God, Abram decided to go to Egypt, a place that the famine obviously had not affected. From this we learn that even strong men of faith aren't perfect, and instead of trusting God to provide for him or asking what God's wishes were, he took it upon himself to move out of the land of Canaan in order to find food. This, of course, would lead him into trouble, for he was afraid that he would be killed so his beautiful wife could become Pharaoh's wife. Now let's remember here, we might think of Sarai as a young woman in this story, but she's in her upper 60s, being 10 years younger than Abram. That just goes to show you that beauty isn't just for the young. Beauty can transcend age, which Sarai's beauty obviously did. So in order to prevent his death, or so he thought, Abram told Sarai to tell Pharaoh that she was Abram's sister, something that Genesis 20 verse 12 would reveal to us is true. Believing Abram, Pharaoh gave him all sorts of animals and servants, presumably as a dowry, so that he could marry Sarai. What made Abram's story a lie, though, was that Abram wasn't giving Pharaoh the entire truth. Sarai was Abram's sister, but she was his wife also. Sometimes it's not wrong to withhold something from someone if it's information that they don't need to know and that they didn't ask. An example would be if someone asks you, do you know what time it is? To answer this question truthfully, all you have to say is yes or no. You can withhold the actual time because that's a question they didn't ask and is outside the scope of their actual question. However, if you're at an airport and you're asked if there's anything that you have to declare and you don't declare everything you're required to, but only declare part, you have concealed the truth and have lied. We're not allowed to deceive another person if we withhold some information that they need to know. This is lying and would be wrong. In this chapter, Pharaoh needed to know that Sarai was Abram's wife, for he wouldn't have taken her to be his wife had he known. By not telling Pharaoh the whole truth, Abram was going to cause Pharaoh to commit adultery by having sexual relations with another man's wife. In order to prevent Pharaoh from sinning, though, God plagued Egypt until Pharaoh realized what was going on. Naturally, he was angry at Abram for his deception and told him to take Sarai back, as well as to take all of the rest of the things he had and leave Egypt. Pharaoh was a righteous man in this regard and listened to the word of the Lord. Had Abram not sought to help God out and stay in the land of Canaan in the first place, none of this would have happened, and Abram wouldn't have burned a bridge with the Pharaoh of Egypt. With that, our time is up for today. Please join us, the Lord willing, tomorrow when we will continue our study of the book of Genesis, beginning with Genesis 13, verse 1.
Thank you, Jeremy. And to our viewers, we also thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Should you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment below or email us at answerintheword@gmail.com. We'll try to respond to you as quickly as we can. We hope you'll join us, the Lord willing, tomorrow when we'll be continuing our study of the book of Genesis. Goodbye for now and have a great day.
I'm not ashamed.